Now available in paperback and e-readers, John Haynes, Taking Care of Business. The man who rules the world breaks in a brand new partner to help him take care of business in this action-packed, all-new John Haynes series adventure. Get John Haynes, Taking Care of Business at paperback and e-readers at online booksellers everywhere. The publishers of Konkret Comics sent me a preview of their upcoming brand new comic, Tenoch, God of Fire. And this cover is one that I'm really floored by because it does a great job of showing us the character in action and showing us this character with the display of their power. Now, your Tenoch is a powerfully visual character who fuses contemporary superhero design with your Mayan and Aztec, and it just looks absolutely fantastic visually. The colors really pop, and his whole presence is just, it looks like a strong warrior. That's one of the things I'm liking about Konkret's comics heroes like Acolyte and your Absolver, and now Tenoch. We are getting warrior class black characters, and they look like they are ready for a fight. And that's what Tenoch looks like here on the cover of his first issue, and this leaves a powerful first impression on a reader who is going to go and pick up this book. When you see this character looking all powerful and imposing like this, you just are eager to pick up and continue flipping through the book to read the story. Now, Tenoch is one of the strongest Konkret books so far. I have to say it's on the level of your Acolyte, Candake, and your Absolver in putting together a very well-crafted story, because as I was reading through this preview, I was really impressed with the first page, which opens up with a nice establishing shot, then a cut to your wide shot of Tenoch meditating, and I could practically hear this character's voice in my head. And I have this really deep voice that I was imagining in my head like I was reading this, and it says, "I have been doing this for centuries, but it never gets easier. The Day of the Dead is the time of the year when we reunite to celebrate our fallen. Most families bring offerings and pray over the graves of their loved ones. I have a different way of honoring my people." I mean, that's the kind of thing that I was imagining in my head listening to this character's thoughts. And I love the way this sequence comes together. We see this character sitting there meditating in the desert, and then these skeletons start to rise, and it's just a very powerful opening sequence for a first page, and it really draws the reader in. Just absolutely fantastic opening sequence, and this is how you do a page with an establishing shot and you bringing the character in. This just establishes those three critical questions: who is the main character, what do they want to do, and why we should care. And we really, again, in one page are drawn into the Tenoch story. And this story, again, is very powerful because now that we've established who this character is and what they want to do, then we get introduced to him, and he, again, is looking powerful and imposing. And we get to know your Tenoch, and he says that he used to be the god of war, but he failed in his duty. And we get, a compelling story as related to this character just in 2 pages. So we've got a character. Now we know what obstacle is in the way of this god, a former god of war, now god of fire. And now he wants to go out here and atone for things. And it looks like these soldiers who are on this Day of the Dead, he's out here slaughtering them. Again, he's out here doing what gods do, and this is really, again, a very powerful sequence and very compelling. And again, it shows how this guy is warrior class and how he takes absolutely no crap. I mean, in this full sequence right here, we see a guy who is no joke, and he's going to be, again, a powerful asset to the Konkret universe. I mean, in 3 pages, we get a more compelling story than what I've seen over at Milestone Returns with their icon and their hardware and their static. I mean, in 3 pages with Tenoch, we get
to see a character coming to life, showcasing his power and showing that he is somebody we need to take seriously. Again, one of the things I love about these Konkret comics is that these characters seem to have a warrior spirit. They seem to come from a warrior class mindset, and these are the kind of heroes who show that they are people you want to take seriously because they don't put up with any mess. I mean, we get some intense, and again, this whole 4 or 5 page sequence of this preview shows us that this guy is somebody who would probably give the mighty Thor a run for his money and probably run through him with his blazing sword and then take that Uru hammer and shove it somewhere. I mean, that's how tough this guy looks, and the way they are presenting him is he's pure testosterone, and this is a guy I'm eager to read more of. I mean, he failed his people over a century ago, and he's looking to try to atone for it. And this is going to lead to some very compelling storytelling. And now we get a little introduction to the Day of the Dead. And in this one preview, we get a great introduction to the Tenoch character. We get a great introduction to his story, and I am eager to read more because this character, he just looks like somebody who could be a breakout star for Konkret Comics and the Konkret universe. I mean, when I look at Tenoch, God of Fire, this is the kind of comic that it makes you want to go out here and read more of this character's adventures. I mean, when I look at Konkret's lineup, they've had some very solid comics, but this one is a home, as I see it, is a major home run. And Tenoch's visual design, everything about him, his story, this character, it has star written all over him. And I only thought that Acolyte was on that level in Absolver, but this guy, he's looking like a smash hit coming right out at you. And I look at the whole Konkret universe. These characters are absolutely fantastic, and they show me how your Konkret is crushing Milestone, and they are a serious force to be reckoned with because their heroes are showing us a strong image of manhood, a strong image of masculinity. They give us a strong image of a man with a warrior mindset and a warrior spirit. And this book is extremely looking like it's well crafted from this preview. And if this is what they're showing me in the preview, then I know that the series is going to be hot fire. And this is one that I definitely recommend you pick up when it hits the store shelves, because you are not going to be disappointed. Because if you can sit there and imagine a character's voice in your head as you're reading them on the first page, that's the sign of an extremely great comic. And Tenoch, God of Fire, is hot fire as a comic. It is one that I highly recommend, and I say it's another one of the best books of 2021, and you definitely don't want to miss this one when it's coming out. Now, your Konkret Comics has been knocking these books out of the park over the last year, and this is another winner, like Candake was, like many of the other books that they've produced, and they are looking like they are ready to take Milestone's place and basically take them right out of the game, because they are giving us the heroes that we want and the stories that we want. And I'm definitely down to pick up some more Konkret comics, and I definitely want to pick this one up, and I recommend you pick this one up too. Now, my comic Esteem No Good Deed is available on Kindle for 99 cents right now, and you can get a copy of that comic on Kindle for 99 cents. And my upcoming comic, John Haynes at Death's Door, is 2/3 finished with the art from Antonio Baldari, and we're getting towards the home stretch on that book, and I hope to have that book on Kickstarter soon. But until then, you can pick up Esteem No Good Deed, and you can go out here and head over to Konkret Comics at konkretcomics.com, I believe, and check out all of these great books like Tenoch, God of Fire. And if you want to see me, do more comic review videos, you can head over to my Patreon, my PayPal, and my Cash App and help out with a donation so I can go pick up some more great books. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe.
Now available in paperback and e-readers, The Temptation of John Haynes. Give in to temptation and pick up this action-packed African-American paranormal romance. Get The Temptation of John Haynes in paperback